Good evening and welcome back to my show. Thank you very much for subscribing. Keep sharing it with your friends, your relatives, your family members. Let's keep moving, progressing. And I would want to move on to the common factors that which would, if followed diligently, would improve our communication skills. There are certain basic factors that can improve our communication skills, and I would want to dwell on that. Okay, first and foremost thing, I keep telling this to my learners. I keep telling them that they should practice regularly. Practice regularly. That's something that you need to stay connected, practice on a day-to-day basis. The second important factor is listen actively. Listen actively. You'll have to listen. You should be listening to the speaker very actively so that you understand what the person is speaking. If you don't understand what the person is speaking, we may not be able to be creating appropriate responses. This is the logic behind active listening. You should actively listen and prepare your response simultaneously according to what you listen. That is something that you'll have to keep in mind. You should be an engaged listener. That's something you can practice by listening. You should hone up your listening skills in a very important manner, which is beneficial. You should expand your vocabulary. Try to expand your vocabulary. You should be knowing as many words as possible, because words create an imagery, words create an imagination, words help you convey ideas and thoughts in a very meaningful manner. Even your emotions, if you have the right emotions, right words, you can communicate it correctly and very, very efficiently. Speak clearly and slowly. Speak clearly and slowly. You can, as a beginner or at the intermediate level, you can speak clearly and slowly. You don't have to. Fluency is not speaking fast. Fluency is speaking slow. Speaking clearly. So practice to speak distinctly, clearly, concisely, precisely, and to the point. That is something that you need to practice. I didn't want to speak fast. Because many of you may not be following if I'm going to speak very fast like a native speaker. So I just wanted to keep up with the pace. So your pace and pitch matters. The pace at which you speak and the pitch that you adopt matters much. That's something that we'll dwell upon in the future sessions. But for now, speak clearly and slowly. Use non-verbal cues. That's very important. Use your hands, use your facial expressions to convey, because majority of our communication is conveyed through a non-verbal communication. Most of it, almost close to 80% is conveyed through a body language. People can understand it through non-verbal cues. So use your body language in a very effective manner. Seek feedback. Ask for feedback. Am I in the right direction? Hope I am making myself clear. I consider this as a very important point. How do you respond to it? Likewise, when you speak, you can ask for feedback. Feedback gives you the nourishment and encouragement that you require to speak better. Feedback definitely. So always also accept negative feedback, negative criticism in a very positive manner. Read aloud. This I keep telling my learners. You'll have to keep reading aloud so that the words reverberate. The words vibrate in your ears. You also understand, process, and also listen and process. If you are reading aloud, you practice it in a very distinct fashion. Be concise, be to the point. Don't make it too very elaborate. The feedback that I received from my videos is like, make it 5 minutes. So I'm trying to be as concise as possible, trying to make the content, juggling with the content in the sense I'm trying to make it more pedagogical, more pedantic, lecture-like, and then kind of moving on to the practical integrities of it, trying to make a mixture of content that is easily digestible. intelligible, at the same time digestible. Stay relevant. Stay relevant. You should be relevant. You should be in the context. Put yourself in the context. Stay relevant and try to say something that is relevant to the conversation and the context. So you need to have your information, your facts right. You should consider your information not as something relevant, not obsolete, something outdated, some run-on-the-mill information, matter-of-fact information. That and all is fine, but it also has its own context. But try to stay relevant, put yourself into it, and be very specific to the topic and stick on to it. Be confident. This is something that you'll have to necessarily develop. This happens, as I said, going back to the first point, practice regularly so that you don't have the fear of it. We'll be dealing with stage fear in the future sessions, but don't have any fear. Be very confident, because mistakes are bound to happen. Don't be too very much preoccupied. It's not a catastrophe that is you are creating. It's not a catastrophe that you are creating. It is something that is, you are trying to say something and you are saying it, and that's it. Beyond that, you are not harming anyone as long as you use words that are very harmful and use a tone that is very harmful. And if you are speaking, speak easy. That's something that you will have to keep in mind. Thank you very much for listening. Keep sharing, keep enjoying the resources. Also keep sharing the resources so that others also benefit out of it. Thank you very much.